and these are sizable books. They are minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author, and those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. All right, welcome back. So the PICKMEs and the Pookies attacked the MANOSPHERE. They did. I got a few videos that I wanted to play for you today. There's a lot that has been going on, and it's kind of sad. So it's kind of sad to watch. Now, I'm not no official part of MANOSPHERE, because honestly, there's no any kind of organized group around that name anyway. I think the closest to it is Oshay Jackson, and maybe a few other people. Right now, people would label, well, everybody says Kevin Samuels is the godfather, right? But they're only saying that because it blew up right during COVID or after COVID, right? So they're only saying that because of the commercial visibility and stuff like that, right? Unfortunately, MANOSPHERE, I don't know what it was back in the days. Maybe some of you that are part of it can educate me as well. But I've been watching some videos, okay, and I'll play some of it for you right now. Some of the OGs that were part of it and stuff like that. And but a lot of the things that they said, that everyone is claiming MANOSPHERE and the red pill community stand for, is all cap. Okay, most people run their mouth and basically just speak all caps. I'm watching their actions. Their actions to me looks like it's more so an environment to roast women. That's what it looks like. That's perception, my perception. Now you could tell me the ideology is different. I could see how the ideology may be different. I could see how something could be created for a different purpose, but because of so much attention, there are obviously trolls that will come in and bastardize the situation. But these are the problems with MANOSPHERE as I see it right now. See, I'm on the outside looking in. Okay, I'm just on the outside, just a YouTube content creator looking in. Okay, and as you can see, this is not just all I do. You can see in between the segments that I have things that I do, starting with real estate and other things, right? So, but these are the problems that I see, that you as an individual, because I think it starts with you. Speaking on it starts with you. Attacking each other. When the content creators start to attack each other, right? The truth is that the cream always rises to the top. And what does that mean? Some people will blow up and jealousy will come in. And if you don't work on yourself as individuals, right? Jealousy will creep in. The feminine energy will take over the space that's supposed to be for men, right? And we're seeing that all over the place. The second problem that I see is that we have men seeking validations from the PICKMEs. That's why I said the PICKMEs and the Pookies. It's not just the PICKMEs. So this is not an opportunity for you to roast women. I'm talking about those women that come in that don't really do the work on themselves, but they think they can regurgitate the talking points of the MANOSPHERE to get attention from men. And it's so easy because the men that tend to end up in this space are men that are looking for validations from women, from what I can see as well. And so it's like this match made in heaven, but it's a toxic match. It's just a bunch of people in an echo chamber that they're not working on themselves. They're not telling themselves truth. And every time they have a chance of someone like me and a few other gentlemen that I know in this space tell them the truth, they call him goofy, they call him a simp, they call him all different. They basically engage sign language, right? Men, grown ass men, including 50, 60 years old men, calling other men goofies just because there's a little pushback to try to understand. I'm supposed to say, what do you mean? That's what gentlemen do. They say, what do you mean? If there's a place where the alignment is not proper, you ask, what do you mean? You're that patient. Masculine frame is patient. You're not freaking animals. You're patient. Even if you disconnect, even if you're a rambler like myself, you ask, like, hold on one second, what do you mean? That's what you do, right? But instead, what you do is you're going straight into your feminine mode and you start calling names. And you have enough of that in this space. You have what you've seen over the past few days, where Oshay Jackson saying he's literally selling everything. He's selling the what is it, the Black Manosphere, whatever.com, his website, is selling all the books and is leaving. I thought it was a joke, but he actually affirmed that. You know, let me see if I can find that video and I'll play that for you really quickly. All right, that's what's going on right now. Let's see here. I gotta find it. Oh, there we go. We have it. All right, so Oshay Jigyase called in from Africa to this guy's, I forgot what his name was, but we're using this in fair use. If you know his name, please post it so I can make sure I promote his channel. He called in earlier today and he was saying this. Let's see, Oshay. So first of all, was being accused of, because I showed that video here once upon a time, was showing a girl, showing the booty, nice looking chick in where is that, Uganda, right? And a lot of people call that, you know, they basically said he was trafficking girls in Africa, and they run with that and they start running with that. So now he's giving up because they start to attack him. They're attacking Kevin Samuels. Like, listen, I don't agree with, I agree with a lot of things that Kevin Samuels says. I don't agree with there's a lot of things about the vibe that doesn't gel well with me. That's just me as another human being. No big deal. No, it's not that deep. Don't get in your feminine frame right now, okay? Yeah, I do speak sign language too, okay? All right, so now I was watching it. I just stumbled into it and I saw this and I saw him post it. I said, hey, bro, I asked her to stand up and turn around. It was talking about the girl, right? That everybody was accusing him about, and said it's not that serious. It was a young lady I was dating and we was having fun. Exactly, that's what it looked like to me. But you know, when people get caught up in their emotions and they get too emotional about issues that's not really that deep, they start calling all kind of stretch and for no reason, right? But anyway, here's the video. Let me play this for you.
How could you get mad at that?
Right, so that's kind of how I look at it. Is like, you know, so then at first he said that he wasn't in the thing no more. He left. Now he back. And, you know, so like I said, they can have it. I'm about to sell my
he said they can have it.
Site. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to buy it, they can let me know. I'm about to sell that within the next 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
He's selling the website.
Information that go along with the site. And somebody can have it. If they buy it, you know what I mean? I'll give them all the details and all the other stuff they want with it, all the ebooks with it, and all the
Nobody's going to buy that.
But it's just like at this stage of
But you
the
never
game,
know, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do? You know, obviously, you know, Kevin, he blew up.
Kevin blew
I'm
up.
not gonna say I blew up. I'm just still on the ground.
Can you hate on that?
A lot of other people blew up, like the lead attorney, Portman. You still there?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right, for sure. That's true, but nah, brother, you see, you got it, bro. You went in the trenches, bro. See, the lead attorney, Kevin Samuels, they was able to rise to fame. You got in the trenches. You got in the mud with these niggas. A lot of them wasn't willing to do that. You know what I'm saying?
So that's it right there. He's selling. That's the word. He's selling right there, right? So there's another video that I wanted to show to you. A lot of this issue, I already spelled some of the issues out for you. There's nothing wrong with women being around. Women want to be around. They want to learn. But that's if they want to learn. But once they start taking over, there's nothing wrong with them creating content too. But they have to. It's kind of difficult to say, honestly, because who am I to stop anybody from eating, right? And I always leave that room of humility, because honestly, it's very hard for me to stop people from running it. This is a business, right? It's very hard. It's very hard. But again, if you claim to be on a high horse and you're trying to get something done, and what's gonna happen is what you're seeing happening right now. You're gonna have men. A lot of these women that are in this space right now is mostly men that are following them, basically getting hard every time they're talking and not really doing the work they need to do on themselves. You have men bark at women so long, and then when they're not used to pretty women being around them, when the pretty woman comes around, you start simping. Now, if we go back to a live stream yesterday, you were the same guy you were barking at women that were pushing back against you, right? You were barking at other men that were saying, "Hey, motherfucker, where's your freaking masculine frame?" You were barking. He's goofy. He's a simp. You're calling names like women, right? But now you found a woman that start to regurgitate your talking points, and you can't get a hold of yourself. It tells me you're not used to having women around you. So when I told you yesterday, like, yo, we'll hurt you, You're not able to tell me because you're caught up in your emotions, but now it's showing. You can see. And now you have some of these women that are faking the funk. Yes, quite a few of them are faking the funk. They're not necessarily deliberately doing it. They're looking for something too, right? But again, you have people that haven't done the work on themselves. They're basically going to self-destruct, right? So there's this video I wanted to play for you really quickly. And this was the lead attorney with the live stream that he did yesterday. I'm going to just play this.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. You know, I would think that most content creators in this, I don't know, now that I think about it, what I was going to say is that most content creators in this space want to say that they call things fair, right?
They would like to say that.
A fair assessment or not? Because it seems to me that if you call things fair, more women can accept it. It seems that if women just think you're dumping on them just for clicks and views, then, you know, you might not get some.
And at that point, the TLA entered the blue zone, according to a lot of these lame-ass dudes, right? Because it's saying, it's basically alluding to women receiving something. Like, wait, what? Why is, like this gentleman here, Dr. Neil or something like that, is saying the content should be 50% about women. If the content is going to be 50% about women, what's the point again? If you don't want them to receive whatever you're saying? Considering that we're in 2022, not 1960, right? But he entered the blue zone. He probably didn't realize it because TLA is red-pilled, right? It's supposed to be, right? It's one of the, it's one of the superstars of the manosphere. Let's not front about that. He's one of the superstars right now. Oshay Duke said that earlier, right?
Sure. But, you know, if you call things fair, if you acknowledge things on both sides, it seems that women and men appreciate that. Because it's not only that I get support from women, right? I get
No, these men don't appreciate calling things fair on both sides. They want you to call things fair on their side only. And the case they are making is that, hey, we haven't had a space to talk. This is supposed to be a barbershop, but that's where you fucked up. It's the fucking internet. It's not the barbershop. So back in the days, well, up to now, in the barbershop, you may find one girl. Maybe you find one girl that's really doing her nails on the corner or something. She hears everything, but she's not really in it like that. She may chime in, they're like, hey, right? That's what the barbershop look like. Not a place where you can look at the audience and you can see quite a significant size of women pushing hard against you. And then all the men that are supposed to be learning from you, they end up following the, I don't want to call them pygmies. I say that respectfully because these are people that I respect, that are doing their business respectfully, right? But I'm talking to you that you're supposed to be working on yourself. You got lost in the funk and you call it manosphere. You're supposed to be working on yourself. You're dealing with human beings, not animals. You need to be able to get your message received on the other end. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong. Gentlemen. Okay? That makes you strong. Not the other way around. You're weak. If you're the first one to go in the direction of simp on the general scale, because I do that sometimes just to get ahead of you, because I know where you're going already. But generally speaking, if you're very quick to call people simps, you're a weak man. It tells me more about you for the most part. There are exceptions, obviously. There are simps out here, right? But usually it's because you're goofy yourself. You're not willing to do the work, right? And this is where you're going to hear that. Everybody else will pander to you, but over here, you're going to hear that. All right, so let's go here. I think, let me see. I got that. The beef is all over the place. I'm not going to be able to play a lot of the videos that I wanted to play. But let me play this video for you. This guy, I just stumbled into him yesterday, is suggesting, I don't know if this is just trolling or not. He's suggesting that one of the ladies that's huge in this space, Jessica X, is a transgender. Maybe it's trolling, I don't know, but this was the video right here. Let me play for you.
She's actually a cool girl, so I have no problem with that. But I do feel like people should showcase themselves.
She's not a girl, and she's not even black.
God.
Damn.
No,
shout out to Danica. I like her energy, by the way.
Black. Have you ever seen her, Danica? One time.
She sent me pictures.
She sent you pictures.
Pictures?
Again. Could Bridget send you pictures as well and tell you that those are her pictures, right? So like you've never seen her in real life and you've never seen her on video. And you're a woman.
I have not.
Right, exactly. So you're a part of the multitude of people who have been fooled by her. And I do, for the record, want to say Danica does
I'm not gonna knock Danica and a lot of these ladies that I'm friends with, even in this space, right? It's our responsibility as men to lead the way. Okay, and when I say the word pick me, I say that respectfully, okay? Because honestly, they're starting to own it too. Like, I'd rather be a pick me. Well, nah. Gentlemen, you need to be careful with pick me's, because usually that's a cop out to actually do the work that they need to do on themselves. These women, you would agree that they need to work on themselves if they found themselves in this space. If they're modern women, if you hear 5 sentences, if your spirit of discernment is on top notch, you can feel it, you can hear it fast. That's where you hear a lot of people now start to call out chameleons, right? Because this shit is real, it's spiritual. You have to be able to detect the spirit. Never mind what people say. That's why I'm very quick to tell you here, like, don't listen to what I'm saying. Just take it as insight. I want you to think a little further about what I am saying. There's no absolutes in what I am saying. And if that sounds like I'm not making a stance, where's your masculine frame? Because now you're getting triggered. There are nuances. And if you don't acknowledge that there are nuances in life, you will suffer for it. That's what's going to happen. Right? So that was that video right there. Just wanted to play that for you. I don't know, he's saying she's transgender. I don't know, you know, but bottom line is that this chick has never calmed up on anything and she refuses to calm up, but she's the authority. People hear sexy voice and they're basically drooling over themselves and they can't control themselves anymore. Just because somebody is regurgitating your talking point. Your talking point is stupid in a world that's always evolving. There are rules, there are principles. However, the application takes a little bit more work than just regurgitating stupid talking points. It takes a little bit more, right? This is something that happened on TLA's show yesterday. I'm going to try to see. Oh, I think it's already reviewed. Shout out to this young lady. I don't know, but nothing against her. But she goes, as an RP lady. What does that even mean? I'm not sure what that means. I thought it was a men's community, right? There was another lady that came on too that was like, we need to, like, what do you mean we? What do you mean by we, right? This is contradictory to what the men that started this thing say. So this confusion, gentlemen, we cannot be confused when we're trying to lead the women. We can't afford that. But I'm saying we too, and I don't consider myself a part of a manosphere since there's no real structure in place anyway. Okay? I'm a part of the conversation because there are people, young men, that are following this shit and they are being misled right now because they think they know something and they don't know shit like the rest of us. We're trying to figure this shit out as we go, right? I get heat from women for being a pick-me. She just called herself pick-me. I wouldn't call myself a pick-me. It tells me a lot. It tells me so much. It's an unhealthy place of seeking validation. While I want you to be aware of bringing value to a man, I don't necessarily want you to be so quick to call yourself a pick-me. That doesn't sound healthy to me. But again, little boys won't agree with this because they think, oh yeah, I just like it when she call me pick-me. They get a hard on every time you say that. As opposed to being a man in your own frame by yourself. Have some self-control. And then I get heat from red pill men too for showing support. Again, you have to show support is different from support. In this situation, you're supporting the TLA. Shout out to TLA. That's fine, but this is not exactly supporting the man because you're setting up the man for failure. Because when you get in the romantic relationship with a man, with these types of men, most of them modern men, it's going to backfire. You're going to resent him. And one day you're going to be filled up to this cup and you're going to blow up and then you become one of the 80% people that are filing for divorce. The same stats. What are we supposed to do with this? Please, men, show grace. Us women will support you. Work on yourself. Focus on working on yourself. That sounds very vague. I get it. But then ask further question. What do you mean by working on myself? What do you want as a human being? As a young lady in 2022, what do you want? What are you looking to achieve? Seek professional help. Surround yourself with people that already have that results. There's a good chance they're not hanging out in manosphere. Not with the men. A lot of these men don't know what the hell they want. That's why they're confusing and they're biting each other on the head. Can't you see that there's disarray everywhere? Right? So this is me showing you grace. Step aside. You can listen. but you need to find the people that have the results you're looking for, right? If you're looking to create content, I'm not knocking you. Do you? By all means, there are people doing that. They're making money for it. I'm not knocking you. I'm speaking to the young men who think this is going to solve their problem. It's not, right? It's not going to solve your problem. This is going to get worse and worse for you, right? Let's see here. Let me play this video right here. I think this is going to be an interesting one, right?
I can trust on the planet. Really?
Okay, then say that. Okay, then you say that. So you don't know how to trust your partner, then say that. That's what
if you telling me your partner's the only person in your life
you don't trust your partner, say that. You trust your mama more.
So this young lady on the left hand side of my screen right here, 6, she's being held by the whole manosphere. I think she's a very smart lady. She's very wise too. But again, that's based off of the words she's uttering out of her mouth. Okay? I watch actions. And funny enough, I was on Sir Hill's live stream not too long ago, like a few minutes ago before I started to tape this episode. And there was a person that came in the chat and said 6 is masculine. I was like, whoa. Well, masculine is not an indictment. It's not a diss. Okay? It's not a diss and it's not a dig. Okay? It's just what it is. Okay? When women, somebody who claim to want to be in their rest in their feminine energy, if they're so in their cerebral, it doesn't matter what you're saying. It doesn't matter if you're speaking for men or against men. If you're in your cerebral at a level where you're yelling at the top of your lung, that's masculine energy. It's just what it is, right? And I see her in this vibe a lot. But of course, because she's saying what the men want to hear, they love her. I love her too. She's beautiful, right? But both of them are in their masculine. Do you recognize that, or you're just following the gurus around? Are you paying attention? All right, let's keep going.
You don't trust nobody else but your partner.
You said that from the beginning, Dad.
You don't trust nobody else but your partner. That's the only person.
Your partner should be the number one person that you trust. You are not sleeping with.
Now, to the topic they were talking about, she's suggesting that you shouldn't talk to anybody outside of your family, right? And then the other one is suggesting like, no, why can't I have friends? So we're gonna come back to this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna leave this in the below because and I have another topic that I wanted to talk about that. So I'm gonna come back to that. Let's play this one right here. Real quickly. All right, so again, shout out to Dinika. I actually like her vibe. She seems to be a lot more balanced than the rest of them for me. Maybe there are 3 that are well balanced for me. I like Courtney too. The reason why I like Courtney on La Peep Network is because she may push, but I could see in her vibes that she's being a woman. She's not trying to act like she's not a woman who thinks like a woman. She's not actively trying to force against that. You can see her feminine energy, and then you can see that she's actually making efforts to advocate for men. I'm okay with advocating for men, but there's a fine line you cross that I feel like you're not being yourself, and majority of them are like that. They just if you're extremely comfortable with bashing other women, roasting other women, right? The same thing that what's this lady's name, Melanie King, did on La Peep Network. Just because somebody said you should hold her accountable, and then you went for her throat. She went for Kay's throat, right? If you're doing things like that, nothing against you, but I'm questioning your motives, bro. I am just me as a person. Maybe I don't know you enough, but I'm questioning your motives. That's all.
To be able to do that, you can be genuine, you can be honest and masculine and all sorts of things, but if you're not mentally, physically, financially, emotionally ready.
Now she has a good point here. Somebody is asking like, let me see here. The question is on the screen. Okay, the person said, what if a genuine, honest, and masculine man wanted to deal with more than one woman? We had a topic here about the polygamy thing, right? People will think they can be a polygamist just because they're trying to run away from their problems, right? At a particular stage in life or throughout this life, what are your thoughts, right? And then you have a woman answering you in the most, she was so good with this answer. Let me hear it.
You may just want to deal with one woman at a time.
That's really good.
Let me go back.
advice.
Did you hear that? This was more important.
Physically,
Financially, emotionally, are you ready for that? Because you think because you're a man, physically, you think all it takes is mass. Do you even know what masculine man means? Because running away from your problems is definitely not masculine. That's what feminine energy does. Feminine energy will create chaos. Without the proper masculine frame around it, will create chaos, and will continue to create the chaos. Just think of the ocean trend, just all over the place without structure around it, right? But you're a masculine man, but you want to run from your problem. You want to deal with one woman. Yeah, you have to. You want to deal with more than one. You have to start with one, bro. Deal with one. If she's okay with that, then it should be good. Then usually that means that you're in the right frame of mindset, emotionally, financially, physically, to do that. You need a woman to tell you that you got serious problems. Serious problems.
One woman at a time.
That's really good advice because you know what? Don't we overrate ourselves? It's amazing how much
we do. You put yourself on a pedestal. I got these rules. I'm intentional. Rules are rules. Facts are facts. I'm just telling the truth. You're full of shit, like the rest of us. All right, you overrate yourself. I like Marquette. I'm gonna listen to him a little bit more. I like him. He's well balanced. Okay, his vibe is a little bit on that, but I think no one is perfect. I think I like it. But yeah, this was a good conversation, by the way. But yes, you put yourself on a pedestal.
Overrate themselves.
Overrate.
And one of the greatest notes I saw in the comments, people call me a narcissist all the time. I think
we all are in some way.
We all have narcissistic traits. But anyway, you get the gist here, right? This is very, very important. I needed to point this out for you, right? All right. So yeah, here are my final thoughts on this issue right here. Let me make sure that I covered everything that I needed to cover. Let's see. Gentlemen, what you're seeing going on in the manosphere right now is a reflection of what I've been saying for the past 1.5 months and maybe 3 months since I've been going on panels. You need to be the man. I'm sorry. If that means more responsibility emotionally, that's what the fuck it is. That's what it is. Welcome to manhood. You want to play fair, you're going to fail. You're going to fail at manhood because that's the idea of manhood, right? Now, in the court of law, and even when it comes to changing the laws, you still have to approach that with your masculine frame in order to change it. You can't just keep yelling at each other on YouTube and think you're going to change anything. No, you're just going to be another sensation for YouTube to make money from. All your gurus, big godfather gurus to make money from. That's all it's going to be. So at the end of the day, we have to come back to basics. You have to be a man first. How are you being a man? Are you following the right people? Do you have mentorship in your life? Do you look in the guy in the mirror from time to time and say, hey, what work do I need to do on myself? Do you hold yourself responsible, accountable, right? Are you aware that women needs to be attracted to you? You're not going to force them to be attracted to you. That's not the way it works, right? And if you do manage to force them, they're going to resent you. It's going to work against you. Do you realize it's part of your job as a man to attract a woman to you from a very authentic place, right? So this is the kind of work that we want to be doing. We're going to be talking about this a lot more as a man. Because this is going to become mainstream. It may not make it to the mainstream media, but it's going to be conversations in every household because a lot of the gentlemen I see are just weak, feminine, all over the place. We got to get it together. One thing I can tell you is that I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're dealing with in your generation, but I can see that you haven't figured it out yourself too. Maybe you can use some insights. Maybe, just maybe, right? Just maybe. All right.